Hey, Facebook family, YouTube family, it's Darlene, and I am live finally. I know you guys are probably, I got an email or a text message saying, are you live? Y'all going live? We live. It's been a busy day, needless to say. Let me know you're out there, and we're going to get started. Got a lot of things going on. And so, as you guys, hey, my faithful Yvonne Holmes, thank you for letting me know you're out there. You can hear me okay. Give me a thumbs up. Yes, I guess you can. We're getting started just a tad bit on the wire here. Great evening. Hey, beautiful Demetrius, you as well. I saw Emily on the stage yesterday singing at church, and I was like, there go Emily singing her behind off. And then, y'all, I'm trying to keep my glasses up. These new glasses, and they slide on down. And yep, okay, everything is good to go. And so it's so good to see you guys. Let's see what else is going on in y'all's world. You know, probably got a lot of stuff to talk about, but I always like to kind of start and see what's happening with you guys. We've had a full fun-filled week, and I walked in the house sending out documentation, and just left a workshop for work. Have to go into the office now 3 days a week. Y'all back in the office? Yvonne Holmes, I know you doing your thing, so you can't answer. But what else is going on with you guys? Eufola will be here. You know, he's about 5 minutes out. He left his house. He's doing some birthday planning that he's trying not to tell me about. And so my birthday is on Friday. And so, yes, congratulations to the graduate. Yes, Austin has graduated. In fact, here's a box that I'm gonna show you this to you guys, because I didn't post this on Facebook. But Austin had a great graduation party, and I gave one of them away. So let me see if this is one of the flyers I have still. So yeah, so Wante did Austin's graduation party, and look, so she did these nice little graduation folders that were supposed to be like the surprise, and it was a surprise. And so I'm going to open this one up because I've opened up the other one already, and in it was this nice little flyer of Austin. You know, look, isn't that cute, you guys? It says Austin, the ultimate style guide, you know, best dress. So we took a picture of Austin, and then so she styled it nice and fashionable, so that everybody have a giveaway, a take home picture of Austin. And then my friend also had her son, Schwabe, who also graduated, and he participated. Together, they did their graduation party. And they've grown up together as good friends or best friends all these years. And now they're both going their separate ways. And then this is Schwabe's. Schwabe's a swimmer like Austin. And his says this: Olympic bound and complete medal pics, Men of Westlake. So it's like a little magazine thing. And on the back of it are these things to know about Schwabe, things to know about Austin that I thought was really just neat. Austin had a few things to know about Austin. He loves swimming. He sometimes sleeps with his lamp on. He don't sleep with his lamp on anymore. That's interesting. His favorite color is black, 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 black. And Schwabe has all these things that he's doing and aspiring to do. I didn't know that. Schwabe's birthday was on Malcolm X's birthday. He's attending Albany State. He's very outgoing, a member of Men at Westlake. So I thought that was really cute. And so those are the two things that we got from Austin's graduation, Schwabe's graduation. And we also got these cute little gift boxes that people could give donations to. Yeah, y'all help me out here. So isn't that cute? Wante did all this. And plus the party was phenomenal. So, you know, it's something with this generation. They're quite different. So, you know, when we graduated, we, of course, mailed back out thank you cards and all of that. And then we opened up all of our gifts. Not only did we open them up, we open them up, and then we send out, we open them up and we thank the people. But we send out actual official. I know probably Rashawn did send out official thank yous. I asked Austin to give a call to everyone that came to the party, or I sent out an email and thanked everybody. But for the ones that he got in this box, let me show you guys. In this box, Austin probably has a ton. He got this also. He had a really nice birthday cake, but he has all these gift cards, and I bet you some of these cards, look, you guys, they got gift cards in them. Probably some of them got money in them. Look, see what the gift cards are? What is going on with this generation? I had to ask Austin. I said, Austin, babe, did you see that Miss Sheila gave you $25 cash? Did you see that Miss Pendarvis had sent you a message, and not only she sent you a message, time about your card, bought a car, and put some money in it? So I sent him everybody's contact information from the party to send thank yous to, and those that maybe sent Cash App. I said, did you open up the money? Did you see the money? It's like no excitement. Were you guys that way? Or did I guess we just appreciate life differently than when our kids, but then our kids, because we didn't have anything. So every dime was appreciated. I didn't have these moments where I didn't feel that I was not appreciative. And I'm not saying that this generation is not appreciative. What I am saying is they're different. The way they think is different. We were at this event. I took Paige, by the way, this weekend to go see a gospel show, How Sweet the Sound. I didn't even know, you guys, it was a competition show. And so, but the lady was talking about mental health, mental wellness for really our youth. And just the way they think. You got some kids that are, Pastor Dahl talked about this yesterday, got anxiety Pastor Taffy also talked about just anxiety. They're going through some things. They're different, the way they think. They got a lot of stuff going on. So I don't know if that's a factor of what's happening with our kids, but definitely our kids are completely different in how they receive gifts. Do they expect that every gift that they're going to get is, it just comes from what, the sky? Ain't nobody said, like, oh my gosh, I got all these fabulous gifts. So, but mental health, Demetria, you're right. It is a real thing. And, yesterday, Full and I were talking to Austin just about how you handle conversations when adults are talking. And so that means, like yesterday, he walked up to me at church, was at the end of service, and he's doing this to me. And on the other sleeve, and Paige had to say, thank goodness, Paige, she's mature for her age, and she's a girl. Men, boys, different. Paige says, you see Mama talking? So I had to tell Austin later on, Austin, when Mama's talking, you can't be tapping on my shoulder like you're 10 years old. But I know that kind of came across as not really abrasive, because I wasn't abrasive, but I gotta be stern with my son because he's getting ready to go into the world. And starting in September, he's gonna leave the home. And if I don't tell him, hey, Pastor Roy McFadden, if I don't tell him, then how is he going to get, if Fuller doesn't have the conversation, so Fuller followed up on it, maybe Austin, maybe you need to stay home for another year, get yourself together, get your, all this, just make sure we got a plan in place, that you're mature enough, social and all of that. So I had to ask Austin at the end of the conversation, because I know I felt his spirit feeling like we had crushed him a little bit, and that wasn't the intent. So I walked up to him. We were outside getting ready to come in from church, and I walked up to him and I said, Austin, just give me a hug, because I know my mom didn't talk to me about a whole lot of things. And so, but we felt the pressure of when she would say stuff to us. And so she would get on to us, or she would say it, and we didn't say I love you when I grew up. And so now we say I love you. But I sensed that we had gone all in on him just in a matter of 10 minutes. And I said, give me a hug. So as I gave him a hug, he began to weep. And I didn't apologize, but maybe I did apologize. Maybe I said, Austin, we love you. We just want the best for you, but we got to tell you when right is right and wrong is wrong. Like, don't wear a hat at church. It is okay sometimes, but because you're such a handsome young man, and we're just asking you because we know the brand that we are as individuals and collectively as a married couple, and who you are as a young man. We don't always have to wear caps at church. Sometimes it's cool. Fuller wears a cap. And so, but not every time is that cool. So, so I've asked Austin not to wear a cap. So we talked about the school going, because he's going to go to SCAD. We talked about, how you approach adults, and just being thankful, doing the chores. He does a lot. So we thank him for doing more than even Paige will do. So we're constantly having these conversations. But yesterday I felt like we both went in on mess with his spirit man just a little bit. So anyway, so we brought it down, both gave him a hug, and just let him weep for a little bit, because look, our young men don't cry. And our men and our boys become men that don't cry. And Fuller told you guys a few weeks ago when we went to Canada how he just wept on the stage, maybe weeping from the loss of Jean, maybe weeping from the loss of just life happening, friends, losing friends, weeping from all the things that come at us all over. So anyway, that's my little intro spiel. This weekend, we actually, Demetrius said I had my kids to write and send thank you cards after getting their graduation gifts, explain the importance of appreciation. Yeah, it's real talk, you guys. So talk to your kids. And so this weekend, I took Paige on just me and Paige only. Babe, you coming over? You coming over?
You got one chair, so.
Food over there sitting on the couch, you guys. Fuller, would you grab a chair? I'm sorry, I forgot to set up the whole thing. Yeah. Come on, Fuller. I'm gonna bring 2 chairs, and I'm gonna change my position. But yeah. Okay, so Fuller, but y'all look, Fuller be trying not to come on in. Fuller, baby, grab a chair, please.
But look, give me my time. You got
okay. So I'm gonna slide over. So took Paige to go see how sweet the sound. This is why this is real talk, y'all. This is all live. We don't be trying to do nothing different than keeping it live. Fuller's coming on in the house. Looking all fly. Hey, babe.
Hey,
look. Oh. And look, you look a lot taller than me. You look like you're about 6 feet tall.
Yeah, I got on my stilts.
Okay, you got on your stilts. So you can sit in the high chair that's back there. Not high chair, but the big tall chair. So anyway, babe, I was just giving them a rundown of our weekend, kind of, sort of. So now my baby coming in from shopping.
Well, I had to. Somebody's birthday is Friday, June the 9th. She'll be, I think, 40.
Yeah.
Let's see, 45. Y'all figure that out. 45.
Okay.
Anyway, see, I told her I'm from a famous city, and she don't believe I'm from a famous city. She said, not Griffin. And how about her went to one of the libraries to do a presentation, and she meet people from Griffin. We was in Paris and met people from Griffin. Everywhere we go, you can't help but run into people from Griffin. Griffin produced some quality people.
Yeah.
And I must say, and both of those guys are Morehouse graduates, and
really,
they're doing good.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what Red. I think Red finished Fort Valley. Red Fallon.
Red be watching too.
Red Fallon, Robert Fallon. And Doom Daniel from Griffin, Georgia.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, what I want to talk about today, I have been feeling extremely happy today, and extremely blessed today. And I was just thinking, sometimes you have to be grateful and remind yourself what you're grateful for, even in our relationships. I was thinking 2.5, 3 years ago, I didn't know whether I was batting or catching, throwing the ball or catching. I didn't know what was going on. My life was in turmoil. It was in a downward spiral. It was like I was walking in a fog. I'm just living life, going through the motion. Didn't know what people say they don't know where their next meal come from. I didn't know what my next day would be like. And when you start thinking about how grateful you are, how thankful you are for this place and this time in your life, I don't care how your relationship is going on. Start thinking about the good part, the good thing. Choose the good thing and the good part. You don't get a redo at this. This thing called life, you don't get a redo. So enjoy the moment. You can't enjoy yesterday. You can't do nothing about tomorrow. You can only enjoy the moment. Don't even think about what you're going to do the next hour or two. What are you doing in your relationship to make this moment better? What are you doing? What are you saying? What are you thinking about? Because if you want change in your relationship, it must start with you. Um, it's a lot of things I am so grateful for Darlene. My Q, I call it Q, and most of you guys that watch regular know that. I just think about the state that we met in. I was at my lowest state, and she came along and began to help me minister healing by what she's gone through and telling me about what she faced and what she had gone through and those kind of things. Just remind yourself. That's why, you don't take things for granted. You don't think that you would be in this situation, but you don't know what tomorrow might be like. So if you're thankful, now, Darlene irritate me. Of course, I irritate her at times. Very seldom we're at it. Very seldom we say anything really, really bad to each other. We don't. We might get these quirks like she's looking at me now. But love covers those quirks. Love covers those things. Darlene and I know where this is coming from. If we have to say something to critique one another, we always deal with where is this coming from, and she know that I love her. I know that she loves me. It's no question, no if, and buts about it. Even if you guys have had some extramarital affair, male or female, if you decide to stay together, get over it. Put it behind you. Don't bring it up every day, because you bring it up every day. You bring it up all the time. You will never heal, and that person can never be forgiven or show you that they are sorry, because you're always going to remind them. So I'm talking about relationship today. How to enjoy your moment. Love one another. Show each other kindness. We talk about do good seeds all the time. Show those do good seeds. Life is too short. It is vital that we demonstrate our love. And then, and I'm gonna let Darlene come in, our kids would know what love looked like. You want them to know what love looked like. Daughters normally marry their fathers. They marry their fathers, how their fathers. I'm sorry.
I just had a question. So, and we're going to demonstrate this. So Fuller yesterday, I had taken on Saturday night. Sometimes I take the Advil PM and to really rest. Not that I can't fall asleep without them, because I can straight go out.
But we've been in bed all weekend. I mean, you did get rest.
Yeah, so I just needed a moment to relax. So I took the 2 Advil PMs, knowing though that it take you down and it gives you a chance to rest. But that thing lasts the whole next day. It lasted all day. So Fuller and I, after church, he said, I want to go to Nordstrom's Rack and get some clothes he wanted to have tailored. Off Fifth.
Yeah, we didn't go to Nordstrom Rack. Went to regular Nordstrom.
Regular Nordstrom. And so he asked me to go with him, and I went with him.
My tailor works there.
And his tailor works there. And so then as we're driving though, he's saying something to me, and I really don't even remember. But I'm like, I'm like this. So he said, and then he said something to me, and I was like, well, I was trying to respond to a text message when you such and such. He said, babe, he said, I was just kidding. You normally would come back with, well, you saw what I'm doing. You would next time, and just something jovial. I'll say something back, but this time I didn't. So he was like, I don't want ever our relationship to be so stiff and, just so serious that you just, you're not happy. So I'm a happy person. I'm just happy all the time.
Just
So I just
laugh.
need to just laugh. So I had to catch myself. So, and then throughout the rest of the day, we gone to dinner, Nance, had a great day. One for dinner. And so we began to talk about the things that we really just like, these moments. And so, I don't know how we got on this subject, but then Fuller said, you know what? I like it. I like really, really when we dated. And I like this moment because it feels like we're dating again. He said, I always want to call you my girlfriend. I said, I want to always look at him as my boyfriend, because you said what? Because when you're dating,
you show your best side. That's right. Everybody shows their best side. So I only have a good side. You only have a good side because we choose.
We're showing everything we can in the dating phase.
We choose to.
Yeah, we choose to.
It's a choice.
Yeah. And so, but when we get married, what happens?
We get on routine. We take each other for granted. We quit saying I love you. We quit kissing. We quit. Like yesterday, we were riding in the car. We just holding your hand. Darlene fell asleep in the car, by the way. And I was just holding her hand. And when she went to sleep, I was holding her hand. When she woke up, I was holding her hand.
And we always hold hands in the car.
Because the first intimate moment we had was we went out on a date. And we was uncertain at the time whether we're going to date really, because we wasn't serious then. And I remember, and it meant a lot to me. It might not mean nothing to anybody I'm talking to, but it might mean everything. She just reached over. I was driving in Buckhead and on Roswell Road. So, I remember real. And she just grabbed my hand, and like she never touched me before anything. And she just grabbed my hand while it was on the gear pole. Yeah.
Because I knew you needed a touch.
And so I had to make a turn. And I reached over and got a hand and put it back on.
I took my hand off so he could make the turn, and then he reached and grabbed my hand to put it back on. Yes, and so there's some
those moments you need to remember and cherish.
Yeah. Because there are people that are on here that probably never touch.
I hadn't touched in a while.
So
they're even uncomfortable.
Or held hands.
They're uncomfortable walking in the mall, and then they want to hold a person's hand, but they don't want to. And then if they hold a hand, it's awkward.
Yeah.
We can do better. We Christians.
We can do better.
Most of us are Christians.
Yeah.
That's on this watching this broadcast. We can do better. If we can love other people, or say we love them. Yeah. How can we show them love and don't show our spouse and the people we care about love?
Yeah, Demetrius said it's being intentional. And then Yvonne Holmes says a wife's touch is healing to her husband. And I tell you what, you guys,
thank you, Yvonne. That's true. Both are in Demetrius.
Yeah, when I intentionally, even though Fuller said it best, there are things that we do that irritate the other, and not in a huge bad way. No. But that we have some quirks, and we all do have these quirks. But I know that we're sitting in the car. If we're sitting in the car and we're like this, got the stick shift, whatever, and we're like this the whole time, that's weird to me now.
Right. Yeah.
So we intentionally grab each other's pinky or hand. And like my mom was in the car with us the other week, Saturday, we had a great time. We went out to Fuller's, our grandson.
Grandson.
Grandmama,
no, that's it.
Okay. But Keiston, him and his wife, had their baby, had their 1-year birthday. So we're riding in the car, going out to Locust Grove. My mom went with us as well. We all become one family. So when we do stuff now, it's everybody come, Paige was with us. And so, but I grabbed Fuller's hand. My mom is in the car. I didn't do it for my mom to see, because sometimes we do things.
Paige.
Yeah, Paige. Sometimes we do things for others to see, and it's not genuine.
Right.
So when I was married the first time, when me and David, we would be on these different trips, publicly, I would grab his hand. Be at church, I would grab his hand. Then one time he said, "Oh, we don't do that." I was like,
"What?"
So what he was doing is telling me that I don't do the same things at home that I'm trying to display in public, trying to be phony, fake.
Wow.
So what I do now is I've learned from my old habits or my old ways. I don't want to make the old habits become a part of this relationship because I'm working on something. I'm going somewhere. I'm planning on making this love last. So when y'all see me looking at Fuller, I have people say all the time, you just be looking at Fuller. I want it to be like, oh, his lips are so, or I want to, when he comes home, I want him to see me dressed nice. And not all the time he sees me dressed like I got this probably raggedy black gown that he doesn't like me to wear all the time, but it's comfortable for me. Every now and then I try to change it, but I'm trying to listen to what he's saying so that I get it. I do better. You know better, you do better. Go ahead, baby.
What my homeboy tell you? Do you remember when you met him at the library?
So when I was at the library, I'm telling you, these guys came up to me from nowhere, and after I did my presentation, they came up and said, "We from Griffin," and then so the guy said, "You just make Fuller so happy. You just make." They call him Kenneth. So they said, "You just make our buddy." They didn't say Kenneth. They said my buddy, our homeboy, our buddy, so happy. We can see how happy he is, and that made me feel good that y'all see. Y'all recognize that this is not just for Facebook. If that's the case, we can stop all this.
And a couple of my spiritual daughters have said, I got to change my look game because the way you look at Fuller, oh my God, the way you look at Bishop, well, she called me Bishop, and one called me Dad. So they said, when you look at Dad, oh my God, I got to change. I got to improve on me and how I look at my husband because you make us envious the way you look at it, and it's genuine. And you can say, and look, excuse me, you're reviewing. Let me slow down. You're reviewing someone that's really totally honest. I told Darlene would tell y'all what color underwear I had on. She'd tell everything about her previous marriage. He said, we don't do this in public. I mean, we're transparent. We want you to get.
We're helping somebody.
We have had loss. We have had failure in marriage. But look now, we choose not to go backwards. One thing we've said to each other, we want better. And if we want better individually, we have to do better. Yeah. And if we give 100%, you give 100 and I give 100, we way ahead of the game.
Yeah. And look, and even though that pill made me, we got 1 minute, you guys. Even though that pill made me feel a certain kind of way, when Fuller made mention of how I was behaving in the car, I immediately changed my position so that when we went out, we didn't know we were going to really go out to dinner, but we decided to go out to dinner. We sat there. You gotta also not force, but have a conversation. So y'all, if y'all ever go out to dinner and y'all see a couple and they just sit up there
on the phone,
everybody talking, me and Fuller intentionally come up with a conversation. There's so much to talk about. You know, and so I may not like everything that Fuller does. He don't like everything I do. I certainly don't like watching MSNBC all the time. And I just go on sleep. He don't make no waves about it, even though he watch what I like. But I love you, baby.
You throw me on the bus.
I love
you. Throw me on the bus. MSNBC.
Okay.
I do watch CNN.
He does. He watches other things too. But so look, you guys, we know it is now 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, but we love you.
We try to cut our time to 20 minutes or 15.
But it's so much to say.
But we love y'all so much, and we just feel like y'all like listen to real.
I got 2 things.
Real.
Yeah, real talk. Ahead. So I want you guys, when you get a chance, we got a chance to celebrate Terrence TC's birthday, 60th birthday. Don't he look good? 60th birthday on Friday night. And
TC can dance too.
Got
a little swag on
it was nice. And so y'all wish TC a happy birthday. And then we're going to spend some time. We had some people coaching us on coming up with a podcast. So we're going to eventually in the future change this Facebook Live. YouTube is also, this is on YouTube as well. But we're going to change it to a podcast because we want to reach more people and share with them all of what you guys are hearing. But we're going to take all these videos, all the things that we've been doing over the last year and change it into a podcast. So,
but we're not going to lose our realness. I don't want to be so professional, so intellectual to get nothing out of it. So I just want to keep it real, just on the low, just keep it real still, you know. And we just love you guys, and That's why I was rushing home, man.
It was.
And to get here to see you this evening. And I have another guest I hadn't told Darlene about that we're gonna have them in a week or 2 weeks. And they wrote a best-selling books, and I think it's Now That I Find You What.
Oh.
I finally found you now what, and it's a bestseller. So I want to have them on. I'm not gonna tell you who their name. I'm not telling their name now because they're from of course they're from Griffin, a famous city that's in America, and so I'm really looking forward to having them on.
Yeah,
and he's a pastor as well.
Yeah, and I'm gonna throw this little shout out, and I'm not suggesting that y'all got to go out and get this book, but I do think it's worth for the ladies. Fuller was given a book at Sephora in Canada, and it's called 7 Virtues of a Queen's Philosophy. That has just been powerful. It's been really just a blessing for me. It's not a Christian book. It's from a businesswoman to how we should operate and look at ourselves as women and growing in our queendomship. And so, which one?
Do you know who it's by?
I have to go get the book.
Okay.
I don't know off the hands, but you can Google it, you can Amazon it, you can see it.
Can you put it on Facebook?
I could, yeah. If y'all are interested in it, I'll throw it in there. Okay. But it is a great read.
Look, we thank y'all for watching. Come on.
Yeah. 6:30. Give a kiss, baby.
It's
good.
All right.
Love you guys. We'll see you next week. We got some guests coming up. As Fuller said, for this month, got a couple of special guests.
Really interesting.
Yes, it's gonna be very good. And so, see you guys later. We don't have no music, so we just have to dance it on out without the music. Got the beach behind us, and so you guys take care until next time.
Don't forget to wish my girlfriend, the Q, a happy birthday. It's Friday, but you can start anytime you want to.
Anytime y'all want to.
Love her. Love you, girl.
Love you too.
Love y'all.
Love you. Take care, you guys. See you.